Olympic gold medalist set to return to competition. The slopestyle competition, that is, after two babies. What kind of a story is that, Brad J? That's the one you come to out of the box? Well, yeah, it's a good story. And it's one that's been out a little bit. And I'll get to the story, but the story is about the return of none other than the queen of slopestyle. There she is for all to bask in her glory. Yes, Jamie Anderson. Jamie Anderson is returning. And she really hasn't been out because she really hasn't missed a beat. If you look at what she's done, she was, what was it, gold in Pyeongchang, also gold in Sochi, silver and big air in Pyeongchang in South Korea. So she's already got some Olympic medals, but can she do it? Can she do it? The three-time Olympic medalist returning to the mix. And I'll tell you what, I think she can do it. I have all the faith in the world that Jamie Anderson can do it. Now, it'll start being, is it about the spins? Okay, now you're all probably saying, Brad J, don't get into the spins. All right, but I'm going to get into the spins because spins are part of snowboarding, whether we like them or not. All right. Hey, this is a brand new show. This is Access Media Snowboarding. Brad J with you. It's all about competitive snowboarding, and that is what the show's about. And, of course, being that we're going into an Olympic year, I'm going to run this show and keep you updated on everything that's going on with the competition. So subscribe and like, and we'll do this party thing together. All right. Olympic gold medal set to return. Jamie Anderson, she's coming back. How do you feel about that? I feel pretty good about it. And you got to feel good if you're Team USA. She's been in that position before. She's got the experience. She's the one that's led the charge in women's slopestyle snowboarding. She's the one. She has outright led that charge. So do you want her back? Of course you want her back. How would you not want the queen to come back? The queen right there. Love that. Jamie Anderson coming back to the mix. And couldn't be at a better time because you want to see her come back. What has she been up to? Well, she's been having babies. She's been busy. Okay? Get off her back on that one. Not that you are, but all right, here's the story. Two-time Olympic gold medalist and snowboarding icon Jamie Anderson announced her official return to World Cup competition. She did it in an interview with NBC after stepping away. She's big time. I mean, when is NBC going to take notice of other snowboarders? They're going to take notice of Jamie when she says something. So, interview with NBC, stepped away from comp. And I love how it says here to focus on family and personal projects. Anderson is back, this time with two young daughters by her side, as she sets her sights on qualifying for the 2026 Milano Cortina Olympic Winter Games. But it's just funny because the way they say that, she stepped away from competition to focus on family. She had two babies in that span. That's definitely focusing on family. That's, in fact, keeping busy focusing on family in a great way. So she's back, and she's coming back. Now, can she hold her own? All right, remember the stories about her? Here they are. She first made history the 2014 Sochi Olympic Winter Games. I was there. I remember it well. She, becoming the inaugural women's slopestyle. That was a cool event because I got to be on the announced team on that. So being part of the first time slopestyle made it into Sochi. I was out there for 7 weeks. Never stay in Russia for 7 weeks. She was slopestyle gold medalist 4 years later. She did it again. I was out there in Pyeongchang, announcing there too as well, watching her go on, defend gold, and win it again. And that's because she was so far above everybody at that point that you were playing for second place. You were playing for third. You were playing for the silver and the bronze. She's also the most decorated woman in X Games history. And yes, that's another event that I do. 21 medals in just 23 appearances. And I've probably announced 19 of those. She's also a 5-time ESPY Female Action Sports Award winner through ESPN. That's a big honor. And not once, not twice. We're talking 5 freaking times is what we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about. 11 career World Cup wins, and is a two-time FIS World Championship medalist. Her 9 Slopestyle World Cup victories put her on tops of the all-time list for the event. Yes, indeed, and big D, because she is one to be reckoned with for sure. And she's going to be making a case for herself. And the first event I'll be covering for World Cup will be in Steamboat Springs. That is second week December, where we'll see Jamie back on it. That'll be the big air event. And can she keep up with the rest of them? Because, look, she's the one who raised the bar. She's the one who raised the bar, for sure. 100%, she's the one who raised the bar. What is Ricky Bauer? Of course, the coach, Team Snowboard Sport Director would be his title, not coach, but I think I've always called him coach. But here's what Rick Bauer said about her. Ricky is how I call him. Jamie is one of the greatest slopestyle athletes of all time and will continue to be a pioneer in the sport of snowboarding, said Hydro Flask U.S. Snowboard Team Sport Director Rick Bauer. That's a big title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven titles in that for Rick, okay? I have no doubt that if she puts her mind and energy into it, she will have a successful go at competing again. And that's from the big dude right there, Rick Bauer, saying that. And then so you wonder does she have that in her to keep going? Because what's Jamie's biggest spins right now? And look, okay, hold up. Spin disclaimer right now. I get it that if people do not like the fact that the more spins you get tends to see a higher score. But Brad J, it's not always like that. Yes, I get that too. But it is a lot like that. What are the guys spinning now? Right? Look at the numbers right now, what all the guys are spinning. Look what the girls are spinning. They're spinning 1440s. That's what's being spun. Jamie had the 1080 unlocked, right? So is she going to go for 14s? Is that what she's going to do? Or is she just going to go super smooth 10s, spin them different directions, put some stees into it, and just hope that edges into a podium? But you got to think, anyone that's going to win a gold medal, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's going to be these upcoming Olympic qualifiers, World Cup, you got to think that they're going to be throwing some 10s. So does she still have that to keep it going? And you'd like to see that keep going too. So what is she going to do? It's going to be up to her on what she wants to take place on. If she wants to go for it or not. So that's what's going on. That is the last Olympics was that right there. And Zoe Sadowski-Sinnott is going to be someone that's tough to deal with. Julia Marino, you got to think that she is going to make her way back on the U.S. team for sure. But then you see Tess Cody, you see Lori Bluon, and you see Leila Iwabuchi too as well. And those are names that she will have to contend with. And will she be able to put that together when it all comes down to it, right? So it's going to be up to Jamie and what she can do. Can she come back and represent? Here's what Jamie went on to say. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm fired up, says Anderson. Watch out when she's fired up. She's serious. As always, I'm going to go with the flow, trust my intuition, and play it by ear. It'll probably be mayhem, traveling with a family or 4. But I'm feeling inspired to get some tricks. I was doing pre-motherhood, so not sure what those tricks are, but pre-motherhood tricks back on the table. So you got to look at it that way. She's coming back, and the first qualifier is going to be in Big Air. I will be at that one, Steamboat Springs, I think second week of December. Third week is going to be Copper. That is going to be a half-pipe one. And the next time we'll see Jamie will be in Aspen for the World Cup there, and also for X Games too. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. Hey, brand new show, Access Media Snowboarding, all about competitive snowboarding. I'm Brad J, bringing it to you. Subscribe, like, and let's do this thing because we're going all the way through. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Always remember, think about that snow 24/7. Here it comes.